But here comes September 2025, the Apple iPhone event, and well, new AirPods Pro 3 came out and I ordered them like that, in the snap of a finger. And I wondered, the number one question I had was, how much better can these get? And well, I've had them for 24 hours, I've used them nonstop, and they are that much better than the AirPods Pro 2. The AirPods are arguably Apple's most important product, dating back when they first released the AirPods 1 back in 2016. I don't leave the house without my keys, my phone, and my AirPods. That's just how it is. First, let's start with the audio. Arguably the most important things when it comes to a pair of headphones. The audio is cleaner and the bass hits way harder, which for someone who listens to a lot of rap, a lot of hip hop, having good bass is key to your music listening experience. It's also cleaner, and when I say it's cleaner, I can hear more. I can hear more of the instruments. There's more instruments, vocals, isolated. They're just clearer than the AirPods Pro 2. Very close in audio, but you can notice little different things. And it's hard to talk about audio because it's just me saying it from my experience, and I can't really show you what it is, and everyone has a different experience. But I'm not an audiophile, and this is strictly my opinion from using the AirPods Pro 3 to the AirPods Pro 2. A lot of hip hop, and you just feel the bass, you feel the energy of the songs, and it hits different and it feels different than the AirPods Pro 2. You might not hear it differently, but it just feels differently. And a lot of people talk about bass. A lot of people don't like headphones with a lot of bass. That's why a lot of people stray away from Beats, is because of the bass. But for me, I'm someone who loves bass, and these really just knocked it out of the park for me with the bass. So it's an unpopular opinion, but for me, it's a thumbs up. Now the noise cancellation. Apple stated in their keynote that the noise cancellation was 2 times better. I think they were generous on that. I think the noise cancellation on these is at least 4 times better. The noise cancellation, the active noise cancellation, the ANC, is phenomenal on these. Almost everything drowns out. I can't even hear myself typing on my mechanical keyboard, which is a keyboard that is loud as hell. I couldn't hear a thing. I took Waylon out for a walk this morning, my dog. Shout out Waylon. He's somewhere in here. But I took him out for a walk this morning and put these on, and I did not hear a single thing. I did not hear a leaf. I did not hear wind blow. I did not hear cars going past me. There was a siren that was going on that I didn't hear until I went on transparency mode. You don't hear a thing. And there was a little bit of leakage when it came to the AirPods Pro 2. They did noise cancellation great, but there was still a little bit of leakage that is completely drowned out, which I think has to go with the new fit of these, which is something I'll get into a little bit later. But the ultimate test is white noise on an airplane. The AirPods Pro 2 did very well at canceling out white noise on an airplane, but you could still hear a little bit. But my experience with these, and I'm flying in a couple weeks, and I'm excited to take these to the test because 9 out of 10 times, and it's unfortunate, I'm grabbing these over the AirPods Max to travel with, just because I honestly think the noise cancellation is a lot better. And then when we jump into the transparency mode, the other thing that makes the AirPods Pro, and really all the AirPods, is how good the transparency mode is. And these are a lot more similar, in my opinion, than what the ANC is from the 2 to the 3. But when it comes to the transparency mode, there's one word that kind of describes how it sounds. And the word is processed. In the AirPods Pro 2, and same with the AirPods Max, and a lot of the other AirPods that I've tried out, the transparency mode is the best it is, in my opinion, on any headphone across brands. But it still sounds processed. And what I mean by processed is it still sounds like they're letting noise come through and they're giving you sound. It sounds not as natural as it would when you take your headphones off. You still know you're wearing AirPods. But with these, there's more of a non-processed sound. It sounds way more natural when you have these on and you have them in transparency mode. And that's really all I can explain it as, is processed versus natural sound. And like what these feel like is it feels like you're in the real world and you're not listening to the real world. One thing Apple has done extremely well with the AirPods across all of them is the relationship between active noise cancellation and transparency mode. They're like the perfect relationship couple, and they've nailed it. And they have again nailed it with the updates on the AirPods Pro 3. Oh yeah, I got them customized with JL on them for my initials, so just never lose them. Makes them a little bit more unique. And I never put a case on them, so yeah. And then the last mode I want to talk about is the adaptive audio mode. This is about a mode that basically lives in between active noise cancellation and transparency mode. It gives you the best of both worlds and lives right in the middle. but what it does is mutes down the active noise cancellation and gives you more transparency when someone's talking to you so you can hear them. And then when they stop talking, it comes back and gives you what the adaptive active noise cancellation is. It buffers between active noise cancellation and transparency mode. It works good with sirens, it works good with conversations, it works good with loud sounds around you, just so you're aware of your surroundings, but you can still have the benefits of active noise cancellation. So a lot of times I'm on adaptive when I'm in the city, just so I can hear my surroundings, but also get the fullest potential that the AirPods Pro 3 have to offer with all 4 of the modes. And then the biggest update in my opinion is the fit. The AirPods Pro 2, as you can see, have foam tips on them. These black foam tips, they're ugly, they're gross. They kind of mold into your ear because the silicone ones that originally came with the AirPods Pro 2 and the AirPods Pro 1, they just don't fit in my ear. They fit right away, they fit on a walk, but if I start running, if I start moving around, if I start moving my head, they do not fit at all. So the fact that Apple ships foam tips now with the AirPods Pro 3 in a lot of multiple sizes, which is also something that's extremely good, is the fact that they don't just ship 3 sizes now. I believe there's up to 5. It's a very good update. And for me, when I first put them in my ear, they fit good. And the fit wasn't the best thing. It was the seal that was the best thing. And I think the seal has to do with why the music sounds better in the audio front of things, and also why the transparency mode, and most importantly, the active noise cancellation sounds so much better and so much more advanced. Isn't so much because of the software in it, as it's something that you can give a lot of credit to. It's the hardware in the seal of these. And then the AirPods Pro case, it's a different case because it's a different fit, but these include the U2 chip, which it's a simple thing, but it gives you more range when you use Find My. So if you're like me and you're always losing your AirPods, this new chip gives you more range so you can find them in a larger, wider range of area. But these also have studio speakers built into them, and what that is basically if you put them into your ear and you record with your phone, it records studio type sound. Now, it's not going to compare to the Sennheiser boom mic I'm using now, or the DJI mics I use for a lot of my stuff, but if you're someone who shoots with your phone and you have your AirPods in, you're almost guaranteed to get extremely good audio now. I wouldn't say extremely good, I'd say good audio. And I went and tested it when I was out in the city today, so take a listen for yourself and you'll hear a little bit of a difference.
So this is a test with the AirPods Pro 3 with using the speakers on the AirPods Pro in the voice isolation mode. It's supposed to be very close to what a studio speaker sounds like, studio audio. But we'll see. We'll see what it compares to in this video, where I'm using the Sennheiser for all of my A-roll. So yeah, back to the video.
I think it's a great alternative, and I'm one of those people where if there's something that technology makes easier, and that might be filming a vertical video with my phone and using the audio from my AirPods, there might be a period of time where I try it out and really see if it can add up and see if it can live up to kind of the ecosystem I've built with my FX3 and my DJI and my professional mics in that sense. But a few other updates: heart rate monitor, which is really cool for working out. You don't have to have your Apple Watch on you, and I'm gonna ditch the Apple Watch real soon. There'll be a video on that later on, but I'll get into that another time. So having the heart rate monitor and be able to track that without having your Apple Watch on is extremely cool. And then live translation. I've yet to use this because I haven't had a reason to use it, but I'm gonna try it out eventually and see how the live translation works with someone speaking to me in a different language, and see how it works kind of with the back and forth. But it'll be a cool one to try. I don't see myself using it that often, but when you need it and you have it, it's great to have. But at the end of the day, the perfect AirPods Pro really just got a little bit more perfect with the AirPods Pro 3. So who are these for? Well, if you have the AirPods Pro 1, I would sprint to your closest Apple store somewhere that has the AirPods Pro 3 and purchase them. If you have the AirPods Pro 2 like me, I'd run there because I think these are quite an update. And if you can update something at a pretty expensive price tag, that's something that you use in your everyday life. I'm a huge fan of these, and I'm actually extremely shocked with how good the update is on these. And yeah, I didn't get any of the iPhones, but I made sure I went out and got a pair of these. So AirPods Pro 3, that was my full review. I've had them for 24 hours, so I'll do a review another time when I've had them for some months and stuff, and I've been able to try all the things out. But make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.